Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So in my last video I showed you how to do a percentage increase and a percentage decrease using one method, and in this video I'm going to show you a second method. So first of all, this is going to be a box of cereal for the purposes of this video. Now as you can tell, I didn't take GCSE art, so you're going to have to excuse my awful drawing of cereal. None of these products are going to look anything like they're meant to, it's just for the purposes of showing you how to do the method. So imagine that this is a 400-gram box of cereal. The next time you walk into the supermarket, you realise that they now have a bigger box of cereal. Okay? So this bigger box of cereal is 30% extra, it says on the front. It doesn't actually tell you how many grams are in your new box of cereal, but you know that this is now a 30% increase because it's telling you you've got 30% extra in there compared to how much you had in your last box. So let's say that this first box was 100%. When you got it, it was 100% of what you were expecting to get. No one had eaten any of your cereal before you bought it from the supermarket. So let's say that that one was 100% and this one is 30% extra. So if you already have 100% and you're adding on extra, you know it's always going to be a bigger number. So if your number ends up smaller, you know you've done something wrong. So now you have 130% in this new box of cereal here. So what is 130% in terms of working out how many grams of cereal we've got? Well, 130%. 30% is the extra bit, and the 100% is this first part here. So when you do a percentage, it's always out of 100. So you now know that you have 130 out of 100. So if you were to work out what 130 divided by 100 was, you would get 1.3. Now 1.3 is going to be the multiplier in this question. So the 1 refers to 100%, like when you have fractions, you have the whole numbers if you have mixed fractions, and that refers to one whole. Now the 0.3 refers to the 30%, because if you were to do 30 out of 100, which is what 30% is, you would get your 0.3 like you've got here. So what does this mean in terms of our 400 grams? We still haven't actually got an answer as to what this new box holds. So if we've got 400 grams in our last box of cereal, and our multiplier is 1.3, the idea of it being a multiplier should give you some kind of indication that you need to times it. So you're timesing 400 grams by 1.3. And when you work this out, it'll give you 520 grams. Now that is your new amount of cereal in your new box, which is what you've got there. Obviously if you ended up with a smaller value, you ended up with less grams of cereal, you know you've done something wrong. So you can quickly work out whether you've made any mistakes without having to check all of your work. So that is how you would work out a percentage increase. Let's say they had a percentage decrease. You had your standard box of cereal here, but the next time you walk in, you have a smaller box of cereal. Now you don't know how many grams of cereal there are in this box, but you know that it is 30% less. Okay? So originally you had 100%, and now you've got 30% less, so you've got to take off 30%. Now obviously 100 take away 30 leaves you with 70%, which is what that new box holds. Now 70% is 70 out of 100. And if you were to have 70 out of 100, that there would then leave you with your new multiplier, and your new multiplier would then be 0.7. So what do you think you've got to do with this? Well, the idea that it's a multiplier should give you the indication again that it is 400 grams, which was your original amount of cereal, and this time you're multiplying it by 0.7. So what is 0.7 times by 400? Well, that is your new amount of cereal. Your new amount of cereal is 280 grams. So that is a percentage decrease, showing you how to use a multiplier. So obviously again you can check 280 is less than 400, and obviously if it was more, you know you've made a mistake. So that is the second method of how to do a percentage increase and a percentage decrease. If you like this video, make sure you go down there and like it, give it a thumbs up so I know that you liked it. But apart from that, I think that's it for this video, guys. So